Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. I'm your host, Mr. Prime Real Estate, Ric Davis.
And I'm your host, the Texas Real Estate King, LarryWBrooks.
Every week, the King and I will provide you exclusive access to our network of lenders, investors, and real estate professionals from both the commercial and residential real estate sectors.
Now, are you millionaire minded? Or maybe you're a millionaire in the making. Make sure that you subscribe so you can get connected to the network. And always remember, the Prime Real Estate Network, where millionaires are in the making.
Create wealth for generations.
What's up, Prime Real Estate Network listeners? It's your man, Larry W. Brooks, a.k.a. the Texas Real Estate King. Hey, when you get a moment, go ahead and go over to shoplwb.com. You can see the Pure Hustle merchandise that we had over there, some of our newer items that we have in stock, and of course, I got all the books that I've authored. I'd love for your support. You have a great day.
Good day. Welcome to the Prime Real Estate Network Live. I'm your host, Ric Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Ric. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Ric. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you this week, and we have a really exciting show planned for you all. I want to give a big, huge shout out. And I want to invite everyone to interact with today's show. If you're checking us out live on YouTube or Facebook, get into the comment section. You can leave myself or the Texas Real Estate King a relevant real estate question, and you never know, we may very well answer your question on today's show. I want to take a little time to introduce my co-host, man. We're so really excited about today's guest, so I don't want to waste any time. My co-host is not only a highly successful real estate broker, he's a multi-time author, serial entrepreneur, the proud proprietor of the Pure Hustle clothing brand. I want to thank him so much for tapping in with us live from the Brooks and Davis Education and Training Center. I'd like to introduce the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. How are you?
What up, Rick? I'm good, man. No complaints at all. We at it again. Consistency is everything, man. And I can't think of nobody that's been as consistent as us over the last 5 years with dropping these episodes, man, and bringing on amazing people, amazing entrepreneurs.
Oh, no, man. You know, one of the things that I'm most proud of is how here at the Prime Real Estate Network Live, we celebrate Black excellence every week, but we definitely want to make sure we celebrate Black excellence during Black History Month, man. So with us being in the mix of Black History Month, man, and all of the information, all of the education, all of the love that's being shown, as a Black business owner and entrepreneur, Larry, how does Black History Month and the month of February hit for you?
Well, you know, here's the thing, Rick. I think that, you know, we got to put our shoes on twice as fast as everyone, every day. And so with that being said, you know, this month here is just an opportunity for people that look like me to celebrate us and what we have going on, celebrate the visions and the opportunities and stuff. Man, I speaking of that, I was at a real estate event on yesterday, had an opportunity to watch a couple of panels take place. And it was an EXP event, and they had their EXP Black. So it was a room full of Black realtors, and it was amazing, man. I remember saying to a few friends that I had there, that I was there to support, that I remember the only time I would see this many people that look like me in one room, it would be at a conference. It would be at the National Association of Real Estate Brokers conference in order just to see that. So to see that many people in the room, roughly over 200 people in the room, you know, doing business, talking business, taking advice from experts and people that had grown their business to a scale that they were looking to do themselves was pretty good, man. And again, it was an honor and a pleasure being in the room myself as someone that I don't think the word would be matriarch, but you know, as somebody that's been in this thing for 25 years and really just seen the culture join it and grow in it as well.
No, and I challenge everyone in the audience, man, during Black History Month, take some time to research your local real estate organization and see who are those trailblazers of color, those Black and brown people that actually established roots to make an opportunity for people like Larry and myself to not only generate wealth in real estate, but also educate and train others like us and of like minds. So appreciate you for sharing that, man, because it's so important to keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, man. And with that being said, man, I want to give a shout out to Gerald Womack. He's one of the first ones to be doing it that look like us in this industry. George Johnson, Ed Ryland, like those are pillows in the community that not only still do the business, but they were some of the very first founders that sat on the mountain that really that really pushed the movement forward for people like me. So shout out to those three gentlemen, man. They are high on my totem pole of real estate professionals and real estate organizations that we have here in not only in Texas, but just around the country.
Hey, no, absolutely, man. I'm sure they appreciate that shout out, man, because we want to make sure we celebrate those successes here on a weekly basis on the Prime Real Estate Network Live. Yep. Now, Larry, could you share a little bit about our relationship with this week's guest? How far you guys go back and how you were able to gain this gentleman's commitment to sit in on the show today?
Well, man, here's the thing. Real people, real organizations, real networks, real people that are in the line of work that we're in, which is entrepreneurship, man. It's easy to make a good connection, man. You get like-minded individuals. And so I had the honor and the pleasure to be on a podcast that he facilitated a few months back, and we built the communication. We started following each other on social media. I seen some of the people. I know some of the people that he moved with. He knows some of the people that I moved with. And man, I just reached out to him and was just hoping that his schedule could come free for us today, and it was able to, man. So it's an honor and a pleasure to have my man on today. And it came at what I consider a short notice, man. I think I only gave him like a 1 week window, and man, he was able to really make an adjustment in the schedule and help us out by being here. So I appreciate him. I'm here for everybody to hear his story. Not only that, the businesses that he's building and the relationships, man. That's what it's all about around here.
No, I want to thank him in advance for coming in and sitting there with us, because the information he's going to share is going to be invaluable to the members of our audience that had the pleasure of hearing this interview. Yeah. So I'd like to introduce this week's guest. This fine gentleman is not only one of the foremost health insurance experts here in the greater Houston area, but he is also the owner and founder of Hip Hop Streets, the online app that's currently available on iPhone and Android. I want to thank him so much for sitting in on the Prime Real Estate Network Live, and I'd like to introduce to our audience, Mr. Marquis Jonkins. How are you?
Hey, how y'all doing, man? I'm glad to be on here, man. I sure appreciate y'all, man, for having me.
Hey, man, I'm looking at the murals in the background back there behind you, man. I see Robert Johnson up there. I see a few people up there that's got some wealth behind you, bro. Oh, you got that boy Jordan. You got legends down there. Those are real legends, man.
I call it the Black Billionaire Wall. I wanted some motivation on my wall, so I put all the Black billionaires at the time on my wall. So, you know, I feel like one day my picture be up there. So if I keep looking at them, I keep reading up on them. Some will rub off.
Yeah, 100%, man. Do you have them in any particular order, or do you have a favorite out of the ones that you have on the wall there?
I don't have them in no particular order, but I think the favorites for me, just being an entrepreneur, ground rooted, coming from, you know, from where I come from, would be Tyler Perry and Jay-Z. I think I can relate to their story, you know what I'm saying, more than some of the others. But I think them two, for sure, I can relate to their story and how they, you know what I'm saying, how they persevered and to become who they are, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, Marquis, thank you so much for sitting in on the show. And as Larry and I was doing our due diligence and research, not only you as a business owner, but also the business interests that you lead, one of the things that I saw was a common thread is that Larry and I in real estate, we always find that the most important part of our job is going out in the community and educating, letting those in the community know about investment opportunities, home buying opportunities, home borrowing opportunities. What you do in the health insurance space with entrepreneurs is something that I think is very underreported, but it's something that everyone needs to take very, very seriously, and is paramount to our success, not only health-wise, but financially. So could you talk a little bit about your motivation as far as educating entrepreneurs about taking care of themselves health-wise, investing in health insurance, and the value that all those things can add to their life?
Man, healthcare to me is one of the most important things in the world, because without health, it's nothing you can do. And I tell people all the time, man, You don't think you need health care until you need it, and then it's too late. The first thing that happens when you get sick, you forget about everything else. You don't worry about no phone. You don't worry about no job. You don't worry about no bills. All you doing at home is trying to get yourself back healthy. So if we do that ahead of time and ahead of schedule, we'll be ahead of the curve, because we all know you can sit, you can have $1 million, $1 billion in the bank, but when you're sitting on that bed, all you can do is beg and pray that these doctors get you back healthy. So we go out into the community and tell entrepreneurs, just because you're an entrepreneur doesn't mean you don't need health care, especially with the Affordable Health Care Act, which we know is the Obamacare that, they changed the name of it. But that was the one thing that, Obama really made sure it got passed, because that really helps the Black and the brown community. We are the ones walking around here, afraid of healthcare because it's too high. We can't afford it. But now, you can afford it. You can be an entrepreneur. You can have healthcare. You can have benefits. You can go to the doctor. And just healthcare, I'm big on it. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen my grandparents, battle with it and struggle with it, and people passed away because of healthcare. So I think all entrepreneurs should have it. Their team should have it. So we made it affordable for them. Me and my team, we go out to them. We give them the outlines. It's affordable. You can get it. It's not a gimmick. It's real.
And it stands out when you say it, because I think to myself when it comes to it, and I spoke a little bit about this on the podcast when I was on. When you don't have it and something does occur, now you're taking all of the money, all of the resources that you've worked so hard to accumulate and pay to get yourself back healthy, right? And that's like working backwards. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're working backwards. Mm-hmm. So that's what I hear when you say that as well.
Exactly. And then one of the main reasons that made me want to start the healthcare agency, because as we was traveling the world with the Hip Hop Streets app and networking and meeting different artists, we noticed that a lot of them didn't have healthcare. They, they were chasing their dream, putting all their money into their dreams, and didn't have healthcare. So I was like, you can chase your dream all you want, but if you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to see that dream come true.
That's right.
So that's what made us start it, because we sent a lot of youngsters, man, we don't have healthcare. I'm like, nah, y'all need healthcare. You need to go to the doctor, man. You need to go get checkups, Like I was saying, if you got a cough too long, go to the doctor, man. They can give you a prescription. And then I had read a story, I don't know how true it was, but the guy was stating that a buddy of his didn't go to the doctor in time enough. And then when he went to the doctor, it was too late. But the doctor was like, hey, had you had come 2 months ago, we could have gave you a prescription and stopped the spread of the disease, and you could still be here. So sometimes, you can just go to that doctor and it can stop all the aches, all the pain, and give you a pill. We live in a technology-based world, so a lot of stuff can be preventable if we just go. But a lot of us don't go because we don't have it and we don't have the money, so we scared to pay the doctors.
Yeah.
No.
And it ties into that real quick, because I'm thinking, as you say that, I think about, how young Irv Gotti was, right? We just lost Irv Gotti. Now we don't know the underlying issues with it, but it'd be crazy if it was because he didn't take his cholesterol medicine, right? Like, believe it or not, I've been taking a pill since I was roughly about 30 years old. It's a little bitty round pill, but the doctor explained it to me perfectly. The doctor said, listen, Larry, we're giving this to you now so that when you turn 65, you don't have clogged arteries. So it keeps keep it from clogging my arteries, because my body naturally produces way more cholesterol. Everyone that knows me know that I'm super healthy. They know that I'm in the gym every day. But even me, someone like me, my body produces something that I can't do anything about. But that one pill helps to keep my arteries from getting clogged up. And then, you hear about that and you think about, I was telling my son, I was like, man, he just closed out one of his books of business. I can't think of what it's catalogs, and got 380 million 2 years ago. And now he's passed away at 54. That ain't the life that we're talking about. We want more of life.
Exactly. That's what I was just saying. He at 54, that's young. That's young.
Now, Marquis, and I want to give you an opportunity to speak to some of the members of our audience who may be underinsured or not insured at all, who have businesses, entrepreneurs, leaders of companies. What are some of the reasons when you meet business owners that are uninsured? What are some of the reasons that they give you that they haven't been insured before the day they meet you? Let's try to dispel some myths about healthcare coverage if we can.
It's not affordable. It's not real. You know, it's the doctors. What doctors can I go to? Questions like that. The main thing is they don't think it's affordable. That's the number one thing. I can't afford it. I don't want to put it in my monthly budget. And I'm like, you know, if you could basically, let's just say basically you say $25 a week, you can afford this healthcare. Even if you say $100 a week, you know, you can afford this healthcare. But we're signing people up. A lot of people are getting $0, $25 monthly payments because it's a tax credit that the government gives you, and it's based off your income that you are reporting to the IRS. A lot of business owners, I tell them, are zeroing out, right? You know what I'm saying? Unless they, you know, making a big purchase or whatever. But on the average, most entrepreneurs, you know, you might be turning over a profit, but you're not turning over that much of a profit that, you know what I'm saying, you can't afford healthcare. And, you know, I know y'all know in the real estate, you know, entrepreneurs, y'all come to some entrepreneurs, y'all probably tell them, hey, y'all got to start showing some income. And if you're going to buy something in 3 years.
Right.
It's kind of like what you said, though. It's a strategy behind it, right? When you get ready to make that purchase, then, you know, you got to show a little bit more. But on a more consistent basis, most entrepreneurs are not showing multi-million dollars over and over again. They're showing something that's reasonable. And I kind of can see what you're saying. You're saying if you're showing something reasonable on your taxes, you also can get reasonable health insurance when it comes to something like that. And that just makes sense.
You know, for example, Elon, you know, Tesla, you see how much they say he paid in taxes and he was a billionaire. Yeah. But he didn't because what he showed he made, because most companies, your money is going to your company, not you personally. Yeah. So you personally didn't make a profit. Your company made a profit. That's right. You're getting insured. So you can come in and pay $0 a month for affordable health care. I'm talking about Blue Cross Blue Shield, United, they just added dental. So and when we go out and we speak to them, some people jump on it immediately. Some people, it take them a little time. They're hey, you know, I heard y'all got healthcare. Can I still get signed up? Yeah, come on. And then the good thing about it is you can sign up year round through special requirements. So say for instance, you get laid off today, within the last 30 days, we can sign you up for affordable health care right now because, you know, you just lost your health care, or you moved from another state, or you moved, you know, into the US. You can immediately sign up for health care year round, or you just came home from jail. So anybody that come home from jail, they automatically qualify for affordable health care and get signed up immediately year round.
You know, and just to add to that, when you really take this into consideration and dig deep in it, I mean, if you're going to take the opportunity to pay for car insurance and you're the most important vehicle that you have, come on now. Don't tell me you're going to pay for an automobile and you're going to pay insurance on an automobile, but you're not going to pay for your health care. Come on. It just
exactly.
It's gym in there, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And you want to go out every weekend. You're probably spending $200-$300 every Saturday. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. For
especially if you're in Houston, if you open your door to go outside somewhere, you paying at least $200 outside, man.
$200.
That's a day. That's not even a weekend. That's a day. Wherever you decide to go, they're gonna get it. So yeah,
it's all about prioritizing it. Hey man, I'm gonna go and put this money to the side for my health care. Yeah. All right, cool. And if I only got $75 left to go out that Saturday, that's how you spend. But at least you know you're gonna be healthy. And it goes back to what my grandfather told me a statement when I was a little kid, and he was like, man, you have to be around to catch your blessings. As a kid, I didn't understand what he was meaning, but as I get older and, you know, and I start seeing doors opening for me and things coming, I'm like, I get what he's saying. Like, you have to be here. You have to be present to receive that blessing, because we don't know when it's going to come. So health is one of the main things, you know what I'm saying, that you need to make sure, because you got to be healthy. If they call you right now and say, hey man, I got $1 million check for you, but you laying on your deathbed, hey man, that $1 million check gone.
Don't mean nothing.
You know, man, I thank you so much for sharing that information, because no matter how much we as men, husbands, fathers, business owners, entrepreneurs, we hear the value of fitness, eating right, taking care of ourselves. The motivation to be successful in business sometimes can cloud our judgment as far as what we need to prioritize. So it's great to have people like yourself to put us back to our center and understand that truly our health is our wealth, and to start from there. You mentioned earlier, Marquis, that you have always had business interests in music industry, in the hip hop industry. Could you share a little bit about the really exciting announcement that you would like to announce as far as everything that's going on with the Hip Hop Streets app, and introduce our audience a little bit as far as that application, that technology, and what motivated you to found that company?
Okay, Hip Hop Streets is a digital streaming music app that I created 5 years ago. So within the next 30 days, we are relaunching the app. But in this new app, we are going to implement the listen to earn feature. So listeners will get a chance to earn revenue by the music that they share, listen to, and tell other people about. So we're tying in the artists with the new with the listeners, because as listeners, we do this naturally. If we hear a new song, we're gonna share it, we're gonna jam it, we're gonna roll our windows down, we're gonna tell everybody about this song that we heard. We are basically marketing this artist. So what we're doing now is tying in the two. So as the artist grows and earn revenue on our app, the listener will be able to earn a percentage of what this artist makes on our app as well. So we're tying in the two, which has always been one. You know, the artist and the listener has always been one. It's always been, hey, you heard that new Drake on MySpace? Just imagine back in the game, you know, Drake blew up on MySpace. If you'd have earned 1%, Drake has earned right now in his career, you know what I'm saying? Just imagine how much money you could have made, you know, just by doing what you do naturally and freely, by sharing this music, telling people about it. So we're tying in the two with this new app that we have, and it's implemented. It's things that they have to do to earn the revenue, but it's the normal things that you do: share the music on social media, download the app, follow the artist, and that it helps the artist as well, because we all know that music has went to independent. It's a lot of independency. The major labels, you know, they own Spotify and Apple, so they're getting their money that way. So they're leaving it up to the artists to create a fan base and all these things. So that's what the Hip Hop Streets platform was built around, coming in through that. One of the artists recently that we knew that blew up, that came to our platform, we gave, you know, a lot of opportunities to, is Mexican OT. So Mexican OT, we gave him his first show, blasted him on our app. This was 2 years ago. Didn't nobody know him. We followed him around. We got footage. And now he's one of the hottest artists in Houston. You know, just performed at the rodeo last year with Bun B. So in this whole of creating the Hip Hop Streets app, it came from Kanye West. And when I say it came from Kanye West, I don't know if y'all remember, probably it had to have been 10, 15 years ago, Kanye West had made a statement that he wasn't putting no more albums in the store. You're gonna have to stream his music.
Stream it, I remember that.
And then when he said that, I never forget, I was in the neighborhood. I was like, well, Kanye said it. That means it's gonna be a trend of people just streaming. What would the underground artists do? So then I said, let me create a platform where underground artists can just, you know, be creative and you know, get their music out. So with that, it expanded not only to artists, we helped jumpstart journalist careers, interviewers, videographers. We just became a whole media platform for any new creators that want to get started in the music industry.
Wow.
No, that's outstanding, man. I appreciate you for sharing, because when you talk to me about the revenue share model with the listeners and the artists, it was almost like you was talking about with the health insurance. It almost seemed unbelievable. Because it seemed like such a no-brainer, Larry, because we talk about how our whole time growing up as teenagers, young adults, when you find something you like, you want to represent, you got to represent. And you could imagine, like, And like you said, Marquis, it's not even that it's got to be a sizable amount, but just that the love come back is enough to keep your fans all the way in with you, man. So this is a great idea, man. It's something that Larry and I are really supportive of, man. And as you develop and move forward, man, please keep us in the know as far as what's going on, man, because this is the type of thing that I think needed to be in the market decades ago from that standpoint, man.
Right. Exactly. And then just my love for hip hop just come from, as a Black person, you hear about the sports, you hear about these things, but it seems like the hip hop it's culture. It tells the story. I grew up on the Tupacs and all this. It was revolution. Music was always our expression. So I always had love for it. And then just recently, over the last 3 months, man, Larry, it's funny, we were talking about InvestFest. While I was at InvestFest, I got a DM from Lil Kiki.
Yeah.
And he DM'd me, "Hey, man, when you get back in town, man, I want to meet with you." That's how I bet. We've been communicating off and on. I see him, invite me to his listening party. So he sat me down at the table and said, "Hey, man, whatever you got going on, I want to help you, and I want you to be a part of what I'm a part of." So over the last 3 months, we have been meeting and talking, and I actually landed a booking management job with him. So I help book his shows and things of that nature. So, you know what I'm saying? So it goes back to just hanging around till your blessings come, and you know what I'm saying? So all of it aligns the way it perfectly supposed to align. So right now, man, it's just a good time. I got good energy. I keep good love around me, good people, man. And that's why when we did reach out to Larry to be on the panel, man, and just to hear him speak, and from that point on, we developed a friendship. Even though we know some of the same people, but we never knew each other personally. And from that point on, it's like, hey, man, we locked in. We both trying to build. We both trying to empower the community and our people. So, hey, man, I'm rocking with you.
100%, man. Shout out to, because I seen a video on your page with Key on it, and I thought to myself, because when he spent some time at Jones High School, I was there around the same time, and we used to, communicate. But on one of the videos, my family has a church off of the street that right across the street from the house that he grew up in, his grandmother's house. Okay. And my uncles, I seen the sign and I was like, man, that's my uncle's church right there. So it's kind of funny just seeing it, and then just how all those things just kind of come full circle, man, after so many years of just life. So yeah, it's funny, man. So congratulations on that, man. It fits you. You built for it, man. Your communication, your networking. I mean, just even seeing you being at InvestFest, man, I'm like, oh yeah, that's growth involved in that, because you're trying to be around where people talking about the money. And so you're definitely gonna hit that wall that's behind you at some point. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be up there with you. So I'm gonna be on that. I want to be on that wall with you.
That's it, man. We need more. We need a whole lot more. Y'all gotta understand, I was searching for all the Black billionaires in the US, and this is what I found. You know what I'm saying? Mine is Kanye. They gave him a billionaire status again, so I gotta get his picture. But it's not that many Black billionaires in the US.
100%. Yep.
No, absolutely. Marquis, I gotta ask you, because Larry and I, we ask this question of all of our guests, because you see a lot of the similar threads that come through successful entrepreneurs. Were there any members of your family that were business owners or had entrepreneurship skills when you were younger that, when you think back, may have served as an example for you or a motivator?
My grandfather. My grandfather was like I call myself, a serial entrepreneur. He cut grass. He saved cans. He had property. He had his own 18-wheeler company. And that was my first, real introduction to entrepreneurship. Watching him, roll us up in the morning. Hey, man, we got 10 grasses to cut on Saturday. Boom. Him and his friends, they sit in front of the garage, drank beer, hang out. He's like, no, we're not going to throw these cans away. He built, in our backyard, he built a compartment. All you had to do was walk around to the side of the house, cans over the back gate, it falls into this compartment. So he collected the cans, saved the cans. Once he got filled up, we go back there, bag them up, put them on the back of the truck. He cashed in on them. You know what I'm saying? And just that nature of what he was doing, it motivated me, motivated my brothers. That's why you see us all in a lot of entrepreneur spirit, because we just learned how to make our own money. You know what I'm saying? And one thing he always was most proud of was getting our education. So I kind of figured out why he why he pushed us to get our education, because he's giving us the entrepreneur blueprint, but we're actually gonna need the education to grow it into, use our mind to expand it to what we want it to be. But I think it was my grandfather. My grandfather really was the first entrepreneur I saw.
No, man, I appreciate you for sharing, man, because that's such a powerful story. And Larry, how often have we heard about grandparents, grandmama, granddaddy not understanding that the littlest ones in the house is soaking up all the G that's getting put out there, man? So I appreciate you for sharing.
Because it stands out so much, man, because I even think about it, just listening to Marquis talk about that. Of course, my grandmother was my A1 first entrepreneur, but I think about my uncle. I had an Uncle Johnny, which is the same one that built out the church over there. My Uncle Johnny, during off season, not football season, he would come and pick me up, and he would take me. We would go and get random tires off the side of the road, throw them in this trailer that he created, and then go and sell those things, man. And this was like what he would do when he wasn't working his full-time job as an educator. So it's just those small hustles that you think about, and you like, man, it's so many ways to get it if you really want it. And so now I can really think why his family never wanted for anything, and he could have 7 kids and everybody become, in a comfortable way, because he was really hustling and planted those seeds in me, man. Those same seeds are the things that allow me to excel to this day, man. Some of those seeds like that.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely, man. It's just, they'll be understanding. They be empowering us just by giving us that little knowledge. And as you grow and get older, you be like, oh, okay, this what this meant. This what this meant. Right. What I'm saying? So, and that's what I do too. I do a mentorship too. I don't know if I told y'all, but I have mentored you for the last 10 years. I used to be a part of a nonprofit organization where we coached Black kids in baseball. We coached and right now we had a 90% all of them graduated college. So I'm on the other side of life with it now.
Hold on, listen, that thing. If I had one of those little applaud things, I'd be hitting it right there, man. We're not gonna let you slide by that, man. That's amazing. That's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? So the mentor, I'm a mentor, and people always reach out to me too. Hey man, you need to talk to such and such. I'm like, all right, bring him over, man. What do you got going on? Because I can relate to him. I was a kid growing up in the neighborhood, so I understand. You know what I'm saying, the mistakes that we make. So I do mentorship from time to time as well.
Hey, Marquis, man, for those members of our audience, man, that would love to interact, meet, greet, connect with you on a personal basis, are you making any appearances? Will you be showing up any networking functions? How can people in our audience get in contact with you and become a part of your movement?
Okay, currently I don't have nothing on the calendar, but things always come up, and I'm very proactive on social media, so I will post it. So they can follow me on social media, Marquis_entrepreneur. They can follow the Hip Hop Streets page at Hip Hop Streets, and they can follow the insurance page, HHS Insurance Group. So we always posting on there. Like I told you, I do a lot of traveling with Kiki now. We're doing a lot of shows. So he about to drop an album next month in March around his birthday. So we're going to be active on the go with that as well. So I'm always out. I'm in the community, man. I'm outside, man. I ain't inside. I'm always outside because that's where the networking at.
Absolutely, man. No, thank you so much, Marquis, man. You always have a seat here with me and Larry, man. Keep us, like we said earlier, man, keep us in the know. Anything that you would like for us to get out to our audience, man, we always here got a place for you. Appreciate you so much for taking some time out your schedule on Thursday, Marquis, man. Thank you so much, King. Talk to you soon.
Thank y'all, man. Peace out.
Appreciate you, Marquis.
Already. Hey, man, that was Live at 5, Larry, man. That is the energy, man. It's always, man, uplifting it to talk to those entrepreneurial go-getters, especially before the weekend, man, because it put that battery in you to get you going for Friday, Saturday, man. So, man, just share a little bit, man. What was it about that interview, man? What were some of the things that stuck with you, man? What were you most excited to hear Marquis share with our audience?
The thing is I love the validation, right? When I say validation, just like the way that it's just like the universe places that we all got these little bitty seeds that our grandparents or our parents placed inside of us that allow us to keep going. Like he said, you want to be around for your blessings. You want to be able to catch those blessings Come on, man. Like I remember my grandmother talking like that. My grandmother, you used to have those kind of spills. My uncle would always give certain advice on certain topics like that, man. So just to be able to see, to still have that energy and that roar to go out and be amazing, man. And to just like I said, we always talk about entrepreneurs and being in the same spaces and stuff like that, and that we in the same rooms, not even pronounce to ourselves that we there. We just in the same rooms, picking up the same knowledge, having some of the same conversations, man. So just naturally proud, man, and glad to have my friend on today, man. So it's always an honor and a pleasure, man, to just be able to explore and dive a little deeper. Because, you know, we could be outside, but sometimes when we outside together, we're having a great time and we may be entertaining other people around us. But to just be able to bring them onto our platform, man, and just dive a little deeper is always important, man. And so I just appreciate him for coming on and just sharing with us, man.
No, man, I want to once again thank Mr. Marquis Jonkins, man, for sitting in with us. I want to urge everyone in the audience to follow him on social media at Marquis_entrepreneur. Stay tapped in, become a part of his movement. Mr. Brooks, man, before we sign off this week, is there anything you'd like to share with our audience as far as what's upcoming this weekend or what you have planned in the world of the Texas Real Estate King?
Man, listen, I don't have much planned at all myself, but I do want to say this. Everyone that's going to be out going to the Super Bowl, because we're a state away this year. So we're a state away from where the Super Bowl going to be taking place at. Y'all be safe. Y'all have a good time. Y'all root for y'all teams to be safe. And, you know, let's get us a new Super Bowl champion, man. Let's change up the look of the Super Bowl team this year.
Oh, man. Hey, look. I want to definitely echo your well wishes, man. If you out there on the highways and byways, man, stay prayed up, drive safely. If you party, man, party with a plan, have a designated driver, and all that good stuff, man. On behalf of myself, Ric Davis, and Mr. Larry W. Brooks, the Texas Real Estate King, I want to thank everyone in the audience for tuning in to the Prime Real Estate Network Live. And until next Thursday in the noon hour, please, everyone in the audience, be safe and be blessed.
Be blessed.